Have you ever stopped to think that heaven is speaking to you in ways you haven't yet learned to hear? That maybe the signs are there, happening in silence, in the detail, in the moment your attention wanders? Yes, the angels keep trying. And when the heart awakens, they show new ways, new languages. This is not repetition, this is deepening. Now you will discover other ways that angels use to reach you. And maybe you'll find that heaven was always closer than you thought. Breathe. Feel it. Because the journey continues. A sudden desire to change something a little. You wake up feeling like you need to change something. Move the furniture, clean the room, get a haircut, donate clothes. It may seem superficial, but it's not. Angels use the impulse for external renewal as a reflection of something that needs to change within. When that desire comes out of nowhere, listen, it's an invitation. This change does not happen by accident. It is a spiritual boost to align you with a new phase. Sometimes the sky begins to act on the details to prepare the ground. And when you answer, everything starts to flow more easily. Life reorganizes what seemed stuck. The good thing is that after this small change, you feel relief. The environment feels cleaner, your mind clearer. It's as if the soul breathes more easily. This happens because you answered the invisible call, because he followed an inspiration that came from above. The spiritual world understands that action transforms energy. Therefore, even a simple gesture like rearranging a drawer can open up new avenues. When you decide to renew something around you, you also open yourself up to receive the new. And angels draw near when they feel space. Don't ignore these urges. The desire to change something is not accidental. It brings direction. And if you listen to it carefully, you will understand that it is not just aesthetic. This is harmony. This is an answer. It is a spiritual life that rearranges its journey without noise. It all starts with the details. Whenever you feel that subtle calling, act. Even if you don't understand. Even if it seems too simple. External change activates internal movements. And you begin to align with something greater than yourself. One cycle ends, another begins, with the blessing of those who guide you. Take this step in faith. Because when you change on the outside with love, you open portals on the inside with light. And in this simple gesture, the invisible works. Angels speak through action. And whoever hears that still whisper soon sees miracles manifest in small beginnings. Unexpected breaks in the day. You're running, full of commitments, and suddenly something forces you to stop. Delay, cue, unforeseen event. At first glance, it is irritating. But you soon realize that this break saved you from something, or gave you time to think about what really matters. Angels act precisely. When they know you're driving too fast to notice something important, they create pauses. Sometimes traffic slows you down, other times it's a technical issue. This is not punishment, this is care. The sky says, calm down. These breaks have power. They break the automatic rhythm of the day and create a space for the manifestation of the spiritual. It's like time is bending over backwards to protect you, even if you don't realize it right now. And when you allow yourself to feel, you realize that the rest has brought you back into balance. Pay attention to what appears in these moments. It could be an idea, a memory, a decision that is maturing. Forced silence reveals what the noise has hidden. Angels speak a lot in those moments when nothing seems to be happening. And as paradoxical as it is, then everything changes. A pause can be a prayer without words. A meeting with himself. A chance to breathe and remember who you are. When you connect with that stillness, something inside is realigned. Haste gives way to presence. And life has color again. If this has ever happened to you, try to be grateful instead of complaining. Realize the wisdom behind procrastination. Because often what seems like a waste of time is divine protection. And over time, You learn to trust the pause more than the plan. The next time something stops you, really stop. Look inside. Feel what is being said in the silence. Sometimes the heavens don't need to speak out loud, they just need a minute from you. A minute where everything stops, for your soul to continue. A sense of another time. Some moments don't seem to belong in ordinary time. You are there, but everything slows down. The sound becomes distant, the light changes, the environment takes on a sacred appearance. It's like time stops just to feel something. And this feeling, so subtle, is a clear sign of spiritual presence. Angels use these timeouts to reach you. They create bubbles of peace in the midst of chaos. In these moments, your soul escapes the rush of the world and enters a sacred space. A space where the presence of the divine is more easily perceived. Where the heart hears best. You don't have to do anything, just be present. When that moment comes, don't try to understand. Just feel it. Because spiritual time is different from ours. The clock stops, but the soul moves forward. And something much bigger moves silently. Often these moments happen during prayers, walks, or even a simple break in the day. These are minutes when everything seems to stand still. You feel a subtle presence and comfort that you cannot explain. It's like the sky has fallen, just for a moment. This time warp isn't scary. On the contrary, it calms you down. The mind slows down, the body relaxes, the spirit calms down. It is in this state that angels can come together. Because there is room. There is silence. There is openness. These moments may seem brief, but they leave deep traces. After they pass, something in you changes. You return to ordinary times, but bring a new lightness. Silent confidence. It was as if he had visited another plane and returned with invisible answers. So when you feel like time has stopped, that everything has gone smoother, don't ignore it. Close your eyes, stay, give thanks. This is one of the most beautiful signs of angelic action. When the world slows down and you hear what only the soul can hear. Specific memories that come back strong. You live in the present, but suddenly you remember something from the past. A childhood scene, a forgotten conversation, a place you no longer even thought about. These memories are not accidental. They are awakened by the angels to remind you of something important, something you may need to heal, appreciate, or understand now. Spirituality uses the past as a bridge. Sometimes a memory comes along to remind you of who you were. Others to show you how much you've grown. There are also memories that return to activate forgotten feelings, faith, courage, innocence. The angels know exactly what to rekindle in you. Don't ignore these memories. They arrive with emotion, smell, sounds, even physical sensations. Everything comes back so clear it seems real again. And in a way it is. Because this moment returns to the present with a purpose. To teach. To release. To lead. You will often find that this memorabilia answers a current question. It is as if the past inspires answers to the present. A message from time, carried by invisible hands. Angels access your memory like someone flipping through a holy book, full of clues. These visits from the past are not to arrest you, but to set you free. They are keys. These are lights cast on something that still pulsates. And when you embrace those memories with love, something inside you reorganizes. One piece is enough. A pain dissolves. A truth reveals itself. Write it down. Reflect. Ask, why this memory now? What message does he want to give me? Awareness of these signs transforms everything. Because the past, when illuminated with purpose, becomes wisdom. And angels are masters at turning scars into portals of light. So when the past visits you in an intense and unexpected way, listen. Welcome, forgive me if so. Honor. Because that old moment might just be the sign you missed to understand what you're experiencing now. And go on, Take it easy. Changes in environmental energy. You enter a place and feel the different air. Lighter, quieter, safer. Or you feel a sudden discomfort, heaviness, discomfort. These changes in atmosphere are messages. The invisible communicates through energy, and the angels are behind these subtle changes. When the energy is soft, calm, it is a sign of divine presence. Angels like an environment where there is truth, sensitivity, and spiritual openness. They arrive and the air changes. The tension disappears. The environment is being transformed, and the heart understands, even without understanding. Angels also act in busy places. They warn you with physical sensations, pressure in the chest, slight discomfort, a desire to get out of there. It's not fear. This is protection. They say, "Not here." And they expect you to listen with your body, not the noise of your mind. Pay attention to your sensitivity. She is the radar that the angels use. Your body is smarter than you think. He captures before reason. And when you begin to respect these reactions, you begin to live more safely, more targeted, freer from places that drain you. Sometimes energy change comes with a breeze, with an unexpected aroma, with welcoming silence. This is heaven visiting your space. And when that happens, stop for a moment. Feel it. Give thanks because the sacred has passed from there. You don't need to see lights or hear voices. Just watch what changes as the angels approach. The weight disappears. Time slows down. And the heart warms. The spiritual presence is revealed more by feeling than by explanation. So the next time the environment seems different, respect it. Be it the space that welcomes you or the one that requires distance. Angels speak to the air, to the atmosphere, to the unseen that your spirit perceives. And when you listen, they keep coming. An impulse to write or talk to someone. You are quiet and suddenly you want to call someone. Send a message. Say a sentence. Sometimes you even think, "This is weird, there's no reason." But it does. The angels use you as a channel. They touch your heart with a mission, to deliver something to those who need it. It could be a word of comfort, a silent prayer, a simple thinking of you. But that, in the hands of the divine, can change someone's day or life. You don't see it, but on the other hand, someone needed just that. And you were the bridge. This is how heaven works, through available hearts. No need for a show. It just needs delivery. And when you follow that impulse, you notice that something inside you is also healing. For helping, when directed from above, is receiving with those who receive. Many times you will be used without knowing it. You'll send something simple and the person will say, "That's all I needed." And you'll find out you weren't the only one. That there is something bigger. That at that moment an angel passed by you. These impulses are not random. They come with calm insistence, with thin confidence. And when you submit, the flow is full. You become a tool. You participate in the miracle. And this creates an even stronger connection with the spiritual world. Do not doubt anything that comes from the heart. When you feel like you need to talk to someone, talk. When you feel the need to write something, write it. Even if it seems pointless now, do it. Angels know why. And in time you too will understand. The next time that urge strikes, don't hesitate. You could be the answer to a prayer that isn't even yours. And as you deliver the message, something inside you will also be blessed. Because anyone who allows themselves to be a channel is also touched by the light that passes through. It muffles that comfort. There are times when silence does not frighten, it welcomes. You hear nothing, but you feel everything. The world outside remains the same, but inside something is changing. It is as if the silence is filled with an invisible presence. And this type of silence is an angelic language. Angels know that noise distracts, but silence reveals. When they want to speak directly to the soul, they create this quiet space. A space where there are no questions or answers, only perception. And in this silent pause you feel that you are not alone. This type of silence appears at unexpected times. During prayer, after crying, or even during normal rest during the day. But when it comes, the heart understands, all is well. Because even without words, comfort comes. It arrives in the air. The silence of angels is not empty. He is full of presence. It's like something bigger is looking down on you with affection. No rush. There is no requirement. Just there, next to you. And, strange as it may seem, you feel peace. A peace that cannot be explained. It can only be welcomed. That silence can last seconds, or transform your entire day. After it, the mind slows down. The body relaxes. And the soul smiles slightly, like someone who is visited by something holy. Because it was. And silence made that clear without saying a word. If you have experienced something similar, don't doubt it. Don't try to understand. Just accept it. Spirituality speaks in silence because the soul listens differently. And sometimes all you need is not an answer, but a presence. Quiet but real. The next time everything gets too quiet, you stay too. Breathe. Feel it. Give thanks because maybe this silence is full of light. And in the middle an angel says, I am here. A sense of seeing while no one is looking. You are alone. Nobody around. But suddenly you feel like you're being watched. Not with fear, but with tenderness. It's like someone looked at you with deep love without saying anything. This feeling is a sign. Someone invisible is with you and has seen what the world cannot see. This presence is not intimidating. On the contrary, it calms you down. It's like a hug without hands, a look without eyes. An energy that surrounds you so subtle, yet so real, it makes you want to smile or cry. Because it's nice to be looked at with love. This is rare. Angels are watching over you all the time. Not to judge, but to care. And sometimes they let you feel that look. In a discreet way, as if to say, you didn't go unnoticed. I saw your struggle. I see your light. And that alone changes everything. This feeling usually comes in moments of loneliness. When you think no one understands what you're going through. And suddenly, something changes. Presence fills the environment. And the heart whispers, I am not alone. To be seen by the invisible is one of the most healing experiences. Because it heals old wounds, those born from feelings of abandonment. And when you feel this spiritual gaze, something in you is reborn. Your faith. Your self-esteem. Your power. This look can last for seconds. But it leaves a mark. You return to everyday life with more fortitude. With more courage. And for sure that he is not forgotten, they accompany him. Guided. Welcome. So when you feel someone is there, even if you can't see anyone, mentally say, I feel you. This permission strengthens the relationship. And when heaven knows it's welcome, it stays. Looking at you with that love that only the divine knows how to have. Unusual lights or glare. Sometimes you see a soft light flicker where there is nothing. A quick glint in the corner of his eye. Clarity that appears without explanation. These subtle visual flashes are common manifestations of an angelic presence. They don't scare you, they enchant you. And they play softly, like a whisper of light. Angels are often announced with luminous forms. It could be a white light in the room, a reflection that no one else sees, or even a slight change in the lighting in the room. When this happens, stop. Feel it. It could be a sign that they are nearby. These lights do not follow electrical logic. They are too fine for cameras, but strong enough to touch your heart. And when you see them, even for a second, you feel something different. Calmness, presence, gentle warmth. Many spiritual narratives speak of orbs, points of light, and soft flashes in moments of prayer or contemplation. These lights do not come to scare, but to comfort. They are like little portals between the visible and the invisible, and your soul recognizes it. If you've never seen it, but you're starting to notice it, welcome it. These manifestations occur when you are more spiritually open, and seeing a light is like seeing a wave from the sky, brief but unforgettable. This is the delicate signature of the person who is protecting you. These lights also appear in the photos, sometimes like floating dots, reflections that no one explains. But you feel it. You know there's something there. Angels are present in the form of radiance, to illuminate that which is dark, within or without you. The next time you see a subtle flash or light that no one else has seen, smile. Close your eyes and say, "I see you," because the invisible likes to be recognized. And where there is light felt by the heart, there are angels beckoning with love. Voices in nature. On ordinary days, you can hear the wind and feel it talk. A tree that sways differently. A little bird that sings just when you're thinking about something important. Nature, when filled with spiritual presence, becomes a direct channel. Angels use it to whisper without words. It's not imagination. This is harmony. The sound of rain, the movement of leaves, even the barking of a dog out of nowhere can all be a vehicle. When something naturally gives you goosebumps or a sudden emotion, listen. The message is not in the sound, but in the feeling it evokes. Angels love nature because it is pure, obedient to the divine harmony. Therefore, it serves as a silent messenger. Sometimes the wind blows stronger during your prayer. An animal looks at you gently. The sunbeam comes at just the right moment. These signs are subtle but full of meaning. They happen when you are most sensitive, and they show you that heaven is in everything, even in the branch that moves, in the flower that falls, in the silence of the stones. The natural world becomes an altar, and the sacred speaks from there. You don't need to look for explanations. You just have to attend. Be silent to feel. Because when heaven loves you, it uses everything around it to reach you. And whoever hears the whisper of the wind hears the voice of the angels. These experiences are not rare, they are ignored. Because hurry and closed mind make life too difficult to perceive beauty. But when you slow down, everything takes on a soul. And the angels show you, we speak even through the noise of the waters. So when nature seems to be telling you back, stop too. Give thanks heaven can speak through birdsong or wind on your skin. And he who recognizes the language of earth listens more deeply to the language of heaven. Perhaps, as you listen to these new signals, something within you was awakened. A slight thrill, an old memory, or just a different silence. This is already the answer. When we speak of what is spiritual, the Spirit recognizes and responds. And now, you know, angels continue to speak to those who choose to listen with their hearts. They don't need noisy miracles. They speak with beauty, with finesse, with intent. In a breeze, in a flash, in a memory, in a silence full of presence. And if you have come this far, it is because your soul is increasingly sensitive to notice. Heaven has been calling you for some time, and now you have learned to recognize the voice. Pay attention. Feel more. Observe the details. Because the more you welcome these signs, the more they appear. Where there is openness, there is approach. Where there is faith, there is frequency. Where there is sensitivity, the invisible is revealed with love. And if this message has touched you, if you want to keep walking with open eyes and an open heart, subscribe to the channel now. Here you will find much more content like this, made with love, with light, with the intention of reminding you that you are never alone. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any messages. Share this video with anyone you know who needs a sign. Because when we spread light, the angels rejoice. And when you help someone recognize the divine presence, you are also an instrument of heaven. The journey continues. The relationship strengthens. And now you are more ready than ever to notice when the invisible embraces you. Sign up, get it, and let heaven continue to speak to you.